Hello and good morning. I am your edgy English teacher. Today is Monday, Monday, May 26, 2025. It's a beautiful day. It's good to be alive. You know, I love my job. I love what I do. I've been doing it for 23 years, believe it or not. And today's topic is very, very important. It's called spiritual warfare in the classroom. Spiritual warfare in the classroom. So, what is spiritual warfare? You may be asking. So, spiritual warfare is when you're fighting not flesh and blood, but principalities and powers and wickedness in high and low places. It's not flesh and blood, but principalities and power in high and low places. So now, as a teacher, you're getting attacked, I have realized, every day. Your students, what they do in the classroom is not necessarily them. It's spiritual warfare. You might be trying to do the best job you could do. You come to work prepared. You come with your lesson plans. You come to give an honest day work. But the spiritual warfare says no. We want chaos. We want lies. We want half-truths. We want rebellion. So that's where you get the problem. Spiritual warfare in the classroom. Now, when a student comes to school, you don't know if they ate breakfast. You don't know if mommy cursed them out last night. You don't even know if mommy even home or daddy's home. What's going on in the home? Spiritual warfare in the classroom. Children are being abused, verbal abuse, sexual abuse, violence, drugs, alcohol. Spiritual warfare in the classroom. So all these things are compounded, I have come to realize. All these things are compounded. And then you, with your bachelor's degree and your master's degree, come into the classroom and expect, as I have, these children to listen. You have the internet, you have social media that's competing. The devil's playing against you and your agenda to educate, to teach children respect. Spiritual warfare in the classroom. So recently, matter of fact, last week, I was dealing with a student, a young female, probably 15. She's very angry. She's very hostile, right? She don't listen. She wants to argue. She's throwing words at me or in my direction. And your natural instinct is to defend yourself, right? That's your natural instinct. To throw back words. But I have never, or I have rarely ever thrown back words at a student. I have learned self-control because I am not their equal. I'm not their equal. I am in a position of power. So for me to throw back words, it will be bringing me down to their level. You see, spiritual warfare in the classroom. Once you as a teacher recognize that when a student is belligerent or angry or hostile to you, it's not really about you. It's about whatever they're dealing with in their lives. Spiritual warfare in the classroom. So now, knowing this, you catch yourself, so to speak, and you pull back. And I usually respond with humor. I find humor is the best medicine for a lot of situations. Awkward, hostile, humor. I make jokes. I make jokes with them. I poke fun at them. Also, I had an epiphany. Instead of responding with a statement, respond with a question. That throws them off balance. A student said to me the other day, this or that, and I say, so why do you say that? I don't respond by defending myself. I say, so why do you say that? So now they have to respond. Spiritual warfare in the classroom. Teaching and learning, I've come to realize, is a hazardous profession. The system is not designed, nor does it want students to be competent adults. For the most part, you are a controller or manager of behavior. Teaching and learning is secondary. How do I know that? Well, we as teachers don't have the authority, nor do the principal, to make executive decisions to punish these students. So we are playing a subservient role, so to speak. As a good friend of mine said, be careful. You could be fired for doing your job. Be careful. You could be fired for doing your job. Don't do your job too well. That's not your job. Your job is not what you think your job is. Your job is not to teach the truth. Your job is to manage behavior. Spiritual warfare in the classroom. In my past, I've had students, parents threaten me. And before, I used to be afraid, have fear. But now, I have come to realize that once I do the best job I can, I have to leave the rest to faith in the hands of God. Spiritual warfare in the classroom. I say my Psalms, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. That's Psalm 1. No weapon that form against me shall prosper. Isaiah 54. So I fight whatever battles I have at work, and you should do too, by grounding myself in my faith. Spiritual warfare in the classroom. The outcome is not important. The intention is spiritual warfare in the classroom. If you do your work to the best of your ability and your intentions are good and honest, and I might dare say pure, you did your part. The rest is up to faith. The rest is up to the Lord. So there go my teachers. Thank you for listening. I'm your Edgy English teacher. Teacher is my profession. I've been doing it for 22 years. I love my job. Peace.